Hey everyone, Empire Build Academy Fabian back with another Evony video, and today we're going to have a look at the debuffs and refines for trap keeps on Evony. Now obviously this information will be useful to anyone if you don't understand it and you want to see what kind of areas you can get this from. But the reason I've said trap keep is because that is what I am. I don't attack, and it would be unfair of me to be talking about this with A, not really doing the research behind it, and B, not having the experience of being an attacking keep on Evony. Now whilst recording, it is raining very heavy, so hopefully that won't cause too much interruption or any issues with sound on this particular video, but I just wanted to make you aware. So let's jump straight over to Evony now. This is the PC version, just in case it looks a little bit different to what you can actually see. There are quite a few places we can get debuffs and refines, and they're all very, very important to the trap keep, especially for me. And I'm still learning all the time. So if there is anything that I've missed out in this video, or there's something I haven't explained correctly, then please do not only let the people out there know, but also let me know, because that is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to build the best trap keep that I possibly can. So let's go and have a look at one of the defenses that I recently had in Battlefield the other day. So this is one here that you can see. So we've got a 10.9 billion. I think he was a Castle 43 if I remember rightly. And you can see in terms of what was taken off me versus what was taken from him, there were also some reinforcements in this particular one as well, which is of course going to help. But when we break down the buffs and you have a look at exactly where I'm going here, you can see this attack was actually a siege attack, and you can see my base stats there versus his base stats there. But going further down, this is where I'm doing the real work, the debuffs, and you can see now I'm debuffing the siege by 1,419%. I'm getting that up more and more as I go along. I'm going to start understanding exactly what I'm doing, and that's what I want to talk about, is where are those debuffs coming from, and they come from a lot of areas. Now before I jump into the debuffs, just a very quick one on the refines. It doesn't really need too much explanation on the refines. All you need to understand is there are two types. There are flats, there are percentages, and flats are going to work better for a trap keep. And what does that mean? I will show you right now using Queen Boudica, my general, as an example. And when we look into Queen Boudica and we have a look at some of these weapons, first and foremost we'll have a look at what the breakdown here is. And again, you can see percentages. Now these aren't actually very useful for a trap keep, and the reason being is percentages are only going to be massively advantageous for keeps that have higher tier troops, so T10, T11 above. So although obviously every little helps in terms of it's better using her than not using her, in relation to the troops I've got and the fact that I've only got 200k layers of every troop type all the way up, apart from siege, which is 50k, the percentage buffs that she's got are not going to be great in terms of my low tier troops. They're just not going to make that much of a difference, and that's why refines, flat refines, and the debuffs, which we will have a look at as well, are very crucial to the trap keep. So let's have a look at one of the weapons that she has, and you can see what I'm talking about in relation to the flat refines. This is what we're talking about. You don't want to see percentages on these refines down here. You want to see the flat ones, the big number, the large number. Now obviously you may notice ground troop defenses in there. I'm actually going to change that to mounted troop. I haven't got round to it just yet, but that is something I'm going to do. Now show you again in percentages, because I know I have one here somewhere. Not on that one. You can see the work that I'm really trying to do on this. I'm literally trying to get every percentage out. I mean, look at that for the mounted troop HP on this one. I just want to show you on the Corio leg armor and going into the refines in there. That is the kind of thing I'm trying to do with the flat refines. I'm literally trying to get to the top max level I possibly can. And there may even be a situation in the future, not yet because I'm not there, but there may be a situation in the future where I'll try and even improve that 1760. Don't need to at the moment, it's perfectly fine, but it's something I would look at when the time arises. Now again, with civilization equipment, I just want to show you as well. So again, these need to be flats. They can't be percentages, and ideally you want them all mounted if that's the big troop T1 that you've got. Now you may have noticed as well in here we've got the dominant Parthian armor, and this should be across all of your sub-city generals as well, and the reason being is because it comes with that debuff that I'm talking about. So this is debuffing the siege machine attack that has been sent to me by 42%. And again, if we come off this and have a look at some of the others as well, you can see this one has enemy range troop defense debuff, as well as some in-city percentages. This one has enemy mounted troop attack. This one has enemy ground troop and ranged troop HP going down again. This one's got enemy siege machine attack, and lastly ground troop defense. But it's all going to add up those percentages that are being debuffed. That's the key here. Refines, flats, that's what we want. For the percentages, we want to debuff the enemy. We want to reduce the attack that's being sent to us. That is the key ingredient on this, and Queen Boudica is now getting very close to having some decent equipment on her in relation to this. You can also see that you get some little bits of help in the refines as well. So in city mounted troop attack 46% on the HP, again minimal but still adds up. And then the last one is enemy ground troop defense and HP as well. Again, it's a debuff. Now, when I was going into my sub-generals, just jump into there very quickly and show you the sub-generals. I did previously have Darius, who is a debuff ground troop general. So he debuffs the ground attack by 35%. And I also had Narcissus as well, who again debuffs the ground troop attack by 50% and ground troop mounted troop defense by 40%. But I'm not getting hit by ground, I'm not getting hit by mounted. My power, just to show you again, is 2 billion. That is all I am. So I'm tempting people in with those attacks for range. So I want to debuff everything to do with range, and that's why you will see some of my percentages are actually getting quite high, pushing towards 1500% on the range. So where else can we get debuffs from? We can also get them from Civilization Treasure, which is another big area we can get this. I've got this to level 5. These come in those red treasure boxes, and where you get the fragments inside. So you'll get the Globus fragments, and it's a case of up-leveling them to the next level when you have that. But just again, just looking at this siege machine attack, that has got a potential of coming at me. I'm debuffing it by 50%, and that was just on the report that we looked at. The Sent Siege, 50% of that attack is already being debuffed by this piece of equipment. And if we continue across, and also remember, this is just owned to activate. So that siege machine attack 50%, I don't even need to be using it. I obviously can use it with the healing speed, but again, if we go to upgrade, you can see how much this goes up. It's going to take me a long time to get to level 6. It's not the quickest thing in the world, but it is crucial that you upgrade that treasure. And wherever you see treasure boxes available, depending on what is on offer, I do go for this quite a lot, because it really does give a lot of debuffs in the enemy attack. So you can see, if I got this to level 6, I'm going from 50% to 62.5%. Now, again, if we go across all the different ones, you can see this one was enemy ground troop attack. That's going to go up. That one didn't have anything. That one didn't have anything either. This one was enemy mounted troop attack. This one is enemy ranged troop attack. So again, the Tutankhamun dagger, trying to get that as high as you possibly can is going to help as a trap keep, because range is going to be coming at you so often. So there is another area that we can get debuffs. We can also go into spiritual beasts, and you'll notice on the spiritual beasts as well that again we've got more debuffs in here. So again, enemy range troop attack, got it to level 10, and I can't take it any further because I've got it to the max level before I need to upgrade it to the red to go to the next level. And I don't know if I've actually got anything in there. Yes, I have. That's going to put an extra 2% on the debuffs there, but again, this is something that I want to do. And now when I go back in there, you can see, because I've got it to the red level, I can now go even further with this. So we can have a look. We can see that the enemy range troop attack is currently 32%. If I go to level 11, it's going to be 34%. So that is what I'm going to do next. On this one, I'm going to take it to level 11. So let's do that right now. And that's now taking it over the level 11. And then again, as I keep raising the levels, that enemy range troop attack is going to come down. On the other ones, I have these attached to a sub-city general so that that debuff is active. And if we continue across all the different ones, this one's got enemy mounted troop HP. We've also got enemy ground troop HP as well. We've got further ones going here. So this one is enemy siege machine HP. And if we continue across, we've got Nandi, who's enemy ground troop. Chimera, enemy siege machine defense. We've got enemy ground troop defense. A lot of these actually are for ground troop attack, which is a little bit of a shame. But this one here, Siren, she will be the next one that I'll try to take to the next level. Let's see if we can do her now. We've taken her to the red level. So again, that is more ranged troop attack that I can get completed on this one as well. And this is another one that can go over the 2 million. So again, I get that extra 2%. And this is where I'm at now. I'm literally taking every little tiny possible bit to get it improved for the next one. So spiritual beasts are also important. If you did go to the seals, I don't think there's too much in relation to debuff. Let me just have a quick glance. I'm pretty sure it is all in city if it's going to be anything. So that one is in city siege machine attack. But again, it's making sure that you are clicking on each one and doing the ones that are going to be most useful to you. So with this, I want really mounted as the seal that I'm looking to improve. And this one is in city mounted troop defense, 38.4%. If I take it to the next level, I'm also going to take that up by an extra 3% as well. But also not just that, we also have obviously the levels or the ascensions of the spiritual beasts. These are going to come with in-city percentages. Again, all adds up. Even though it is minimal, and I said that at the beginning, I'm still going to want to do it to take it to the next level. Okay, so that is spiritual beasts. Where else have we got stuff? Obviously, we've got the sub-city generals that I talked about earlier, but it's also crucial that the equipment that they are carrying is taken in the Parthian if you can do that. If you can't do the Parthian, then you will need to look at Achaemenid and Ares, I believe it is, and getting the set attributes as well. Have a look at the set attributes on this, but not only the set attributes, again, have a look at the weapon itself. Enemy range troop HP 48%, while providing in-city ground troop defense 33%. Now, the refines don't matter on the general gears because it would only go towards the troops that are in the sub-city. So it wouldn't count towards your normal troops. But of course, anything that is a debuff is going to count towards all of your troops. Hence the reason why you'll hear people talking about getting these Parthians on all of your sub-city generals. Again, we've got another one for having the set 6 out of 6 enemy troop attack 18%. Now again, you can imagine if I'm doing this on all of the different ones and you're going in there and I'm getting all this ranged troop HP, I'm getting the enemy troop attack down there as well. Again, it's all going to add up. And again, also as well in the specialities, enemy troop attack 10% on Baldwin. I think he has another one towards the end. He does. Enemy range troop and siege machine attack 20% with the troop HP as well for both range and siege also being debuffed. Again, it all crazily adds up. It really does. These percentages, when you put them all together, this is where you can see the difference it's going to make on those attacks that are coming to you. Now, of course, research is also crucial. In terms of debuffs, you don't really get much in relation to the debuffs, but if I went to the defense advance, I think this is more a case of percentages rather than the debuffs. But again, it's still important to do it. It's making sure you get every single little bit of a percent that you can. Champion is another area that is crucial. And if I go on to this particular champion here, you can see in-city range, troop and siege machine defense HP. But then we come with the enemy debuff. Again, going to be crucial to doing this. So making sure that you are on top of these champions. I've got them all to level 20 or pretty much near as, and all for those debuffs that they're going to come within the champion skill. Enemy troop attack 20%. It's another one to throw into there. Go into Ariadne and she is debuffing enemy range troop and siege machine HP 25%, as well as the defense another 40%. In-city ground troop attack is thrown in there. In-city ground troop mounted troop defense HP. Again, if I was going through all of these, I'm not going to do all of them, but you get the idea how crucial they are for debuffs and also a little bit of percentage as well to the troops that you have. As I mentioned, it is crucial that your wall general, whoever that is, I know I quickly glanced at her earlier with Queen Boudica, but she is another one that we need to make sure that those refines are all geared towards the mounted. I want to reiterate how important it is. Again, okay, I've got 5 out of the 6 being Choreo. Let me go back to that one. Enemy debuffs down here, but you might be using the Parthian that I showed you earlier. But it's again an area that I would look at. It's an area where I'd say, well, okay, I haven't actually got the 6th one here, the 18% 16% on Queen Boudica because I've only got the 5 out of the 6. Is it something to look at? But what does come with the civilization equipment, the Choreo, is the advanced refine. Now, if you don't know what advanced refine is, guess what? It's another area where you can get percentages, not debuffs, but percentages. And the way that works, once you've got a piece of equipment that is all the way to the yellow. So what I mean by that, let me go back into Queen Boudica. I thought I'd be able to see it from there. I couldn't. Going back into Queen Boudica and having a look at this Choreo, when you go into the Choreo and you have all of them to the gold, the yellow max, it opens up advanced refine. So that is the reason why I got ground troop attack there. I got the 3 mounted to the gold, to the yellow, and then I just took the first thing that came out just so I could open up advanced refine for this particular piece of equipment. And when I go into that on the advanced refine, that's what opens up. All troops attack 20.5%. And that will keep increasing. I use refine stones to take it up via the different levels. If I come back off this, I can have a look at another one. All troops HP. Another one, all troops defense. Again, all adds up to the different areas. Now, I'm trying to think if there's anywhere else in relation to this that we get refines and debuffs. We do. One of them is in the Sacred Dragon. Nearly missed that one out. And you can see this is the one that's attached to Queen Boudica, but crucially comes with those flat refines that I was talking about. So again, I've got those refines as high as I possibly can for this particular dragon on Boudica. So again, those refines, those flat refines are going to make a huge difference. And I don't really need to do too much on that. I've got them to a really good level in relation to that. As I mentioned, Military Academy is another one where we can go in there. I think there are some debuffs. I don't really want to jump into everything and showing you everything. But again, this is where you will get additional buffs and debuffs for various things, but crucially including increases mounted troops HP by 51% when defending. Take it to the next level, that's going to go up to 54%. So again, it's just looking for all these different areas. And what I'm now going to do, I'm going to leave this video at this point. I think it's enough to be talking about. Obviously, we've got things like Wisdom Dome that are now opened up. There's probably other areas that I haven't mentioned, and that's exactly where I want to leave it. If there's anything I've missed in this particular video, I will turn this video into a blog post on empirebuildacademy.com, and any comments that are provided to say you also get debuffs from here, you can also get some flat refines doing this, please let me know. Let me add it to this particular blog post, and that is what I will do to improve this trap keep. So hopefully this will help you in some way if you are doing the trap keep like me. If there's any questions you do have, please do put them in the comments and I will try and answer them. And I will see you in another video very soon. Thanks for watching.